Over the Middle East, an invisible web of sensors is coming online. Interlocking radar sweeps snap on, blanketing the region in a high-tech surveillance shield. For decades, the global assumption remained the same. International sanctions had left Iran's military isolated and dependent on aging hardware from a previous era. That assumption was recently challenged. Iran has quietly integrated a multi-domain surveillance network capable of detecting threats long before they cross into sovereign territory. This is a four-tier architecture. It stacks an oceanic layer, a tactical ground layer, a high-altitude command layer, and a stratospheric monitoring layer into a unified defensive dome. By combining assets from Russia, China, and North Korea with domestic engineering, Iran has shifted the balance of information control across the Middle East. The first layer of this network sits on the open water. International maritime reports recently tracked a Chinese Yuanwang space tracking ship operating near Iranian waters. Unlike standard warships, this vessel uses massive parabolic radar dishes to track over 600 airborne objects at once. This includes hypersonic missiles, traveling faster than 5 times the speed of sound, from thousands of kilometers away. This vessel provides an early warning buffer, detecting high-altitude and high-speed threats long before they reach the coastline. Above the ocean, the second layer is patrolled by the Russian-built Bereev A-50. Its defining feature is the circular radome disc on top, a specialized enclosure that protects a rotating, long-range surveillance radar. To see the difference in scale, look at a standard fighter jet, which might scan a small radius around its nose. The A-50 projects a 1,000-kilometer sweep, monitoring activity across multiple international borders simultaneously. From its high vantage point, the A-50 detects low-flying drones and cruise missiles that ground-based stations often miss, instantly relaying that data to missile batteries and interceptor aircraft. The A-50 functions as a central command node, managing the theater of operations from a safe altitude. High in the stratosphere, the layer of the atmosphere starting roughly 10 kilometers above the surface, Iran maintains a third layer, specialized surveillance drones acquired from North Korea. These aircraft were developed under high secrecy as a near-perfect visual clone of the American RQ-4 Global Hawk. This vertical chart shows their reach. While commercial and most military aircraft operate much lower, this drone cruises at 17 kilometers. At that height, it stays well above conventional air defense monitoring. These platforms can loiter over a single area for hours, using high-resolution cameras to monitor troop movements and base infrastructure without the need for a human pilot. This layer provides long-endurance oversight, giving commanders a persistent view of the strategic landscape. The final layer sits at ground level. This is the tactical domain of the Ababel, a domestically produced unmanned aerial vehicle, or UAV. The Ababel is a low-altitude drone designed for immediate reconnaissance and localized strike missions. A key tactical feature is its catapult launch system. Requiring no runway, it can be violently deployed from a truck in almost any environment. Once in the air, these units beam live video feeds directly to ground control stations, acting as the eyes of frontline commanders. Because the launch systems are mounted on standard vehicles, they are highly mobile and difficult for satellite surveillance to track on the ground. The Ababel covers the low-altitude gap, allowing any flat stretch of road to function as a launch pad for immediate situational awareness. When these assets, the Yuanwang ship, the A-50, the stratospheric drones, and the Ababel, are linked together, they form a single, synchronized data web. This network makes it difficult for an adversary to achieve the element of surprise. High-speed rockets are tracked globally, 1,000-kilometer radar sweeps detect incoming aircraft, and stratospheric sensors monitor ground movements, while tactical drones provide eyes on the front lines. While the physical map of the Middle East remains the same, the power to monitor and control its airspace has shifted. Any operation in this region now takes place under constant, multi-layered observation.